This is genuinely insane, as there has been a lot of discussion surrounding Tyler Herro's future with the Miami Heat after multiple reports that the Heat are monitoring the situation, and now trade rumors have arisen in crazy ways that make absolutely no sense for anyone involved, and we are going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Heat Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things as always. If you guys are part of that 82% that's not subscribed to Heat Digest, we are trying to get videos to come out daily, and we're going to get on that grind. So you guys want to make sure to subscribe so you do not miss a single update on the Miami Heat. Anything that comes out that's about the Heat, we are going to discuss on this channel, me and Houston, so you don't want to miss out. But let's jump into the video. There's a lot to go over on the Miami Heat right now. As look, we all know the situation with Tyler Herro is getting very, very interesting. A recent report the other day came out that Herro and the Miami Heat do have their future in question with each other, as Tyler Herro will be eligible for a contract extension on October 1st, and with that being under 2 months away, there's a lot of feeling out and figuring out what the Heat are going to do. Are they going to extend Herro? Are they going to wait another year and extend him to a 4-year contract next summer around that area? Or are they just going to let him go into unrestricted free agency and try to sign him back that way? Or obviously the other option is trading Tyler Herro off the Miami Heat. The move that absolutely no Heat fans would go for, because why? Like, there's no reason to trade Tyler Herro. He's the type of guy that you do pay the big bucks to. And with all that future in question, there's been a lot going down with trade talks and with everything going on. And recently, the trade talks came to an absolutely stunning just update that nobody likes, as a recent trade was proposed that I felt like we should talk about, because it was mentioned that in this situation, the Boston Celtics would get Tyler Herro. Yeah, those Celtics, that team. Apparently, Pat Riley wants to go make a trade with the Boston Celtics. That's funny. But on top of that, the Heat would get DeMar DeRozan, Sam Hauser, and negotiable draft pick compensation. Very ambivalent, or very not ambivalent, very vague. Ambiguous, I should say. That was the word I was looking for. And the Sacramento Kings get Anthony Simons. Now, this was discussing how the Boston Celtics can flip Anthony Simons, as there has been a bunch of discussion about Simons getting flipped somewhere else. And frankly, I don't fully understand why the Heat are getting involved with this. I know there's been the DeMar DeRozan rumors recently. I'm not pretending like I haven't seen those, but I don't think anyone who roots for the Miami Heat at all, or anyone who follows basketball even at all, would trade Tyler Herro for DeMar DeRozan. Even if you are getting Sam Hauser and draft pick compensation, it's still an absolutely it's still just absolute lunacy of a trade proposal. And just the discussion surrounding this is pretty simple. Now, as we know, the Miami gets to duck the Tyler Herro extension to add DeMar DeRozan as a forward playmaking star, aiming for a full reset next season where he's expecting the year or after. They pick up shooting with Hauser as kind of a fill-in for the shooters that they had in 2023. That grammar was really good, or really just not good, I should have said. I can't speak right now, guys. But as FanDuel also mentioned, if you want to say Miami needs to get a heavily protected first here, I'm fine with that. Herro was legitimately Miami's best player last season, but that statement is also a part of why they were a play-in team and got obliterated by Cleveland. The Kings' move off of DeRozan and Simons. Is Schroeder, Simons, LaVine too much? Probably. They'll have to move LaVine sooner than later, but they can run the 3-guard lineups in the meantime with an amazing amount of shooting. They can commit long-term to Simons on a deal less than LaVine. It's a pivot. The Celtics take on Herro, who gives them the best player in the trade. He's an expiring contract, so they could definitely figure out a situation, albeit complicated. He plays the same position as Derek White, which is complicated. He arguably plays the same position as Brown, which is complicated. But it's turning Drew Holiday into Tyler Herro, which is pretty great. And Herro would absolutely roast in that system. Yeah, that's all true, but why do the Heat do this? Now, as Sports Illustrated mentioned, the idea here is simple from the Heat's perspective. You dodge Herro's massive extension and kick off a rebuild after DeRozan's contract expires the following 2026-27 campaign. The very simple problem with this pitch is the Heat could certainly find a youthful talent or heavy draft capital in return for Herro, which is exactly the case. Not to mention, it's hard to imagine Pat Riley having a strong desire to send his top player to the organization's biggest rival. The Heat faced the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times already in this decade, coming out on top twice in that time. And also, the time they didn't, there was a game off of the first ever 3-0 comeback in NBA history, a game that was very close. But when it comes down to it, what we're seeing is this exact problem. We're seeing the Heat, instead of going out and saying, all right, we're going to move Tyler Hero, let's go to a young team that has all their draft capital and could use a young guard in Tyler Hero. I don't know, someone like, just off the top of my head, like the Chicago Bulls, for instance. The Bulls have all their draft picks. That's why it's an easy analogy to make. You go trade Hero for Kobe White and draft capital. Kobe White's an expiring. You get draft capital. Kobe White's young as well. Instead, DeMar? I love DeMar DeRozan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on DeMar. DeMar's awesome. He's also in his mid-later 30s. It's not like DeMar's got a ton of time left in the NBA. It's not like his prime is still what it is. It's not like this trade makes sense. And also, what do you mean a protected first-round pick for giving up Hero for DeMar DeRozan and Sam Hauser? Who is that beating in the East? DeMar, Hauser, and Bam Adebayo. Cue the LeBron meme, though. That's not beating anyone. It's not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're not getting better from that. Now, on top of that, yes, Hero struggled in the playoffs a little bit, but it's not like he's been awful. And again, he was the best player last year. He got zeroed in on, and basically they wouldn't let Hero beat them, which is part of the reason why the Cavs are able to do so well against Miami. And on top of that, yeah, Hero's time isn't, forever locked up with Miami, but there's another year, and next year seems like a reasonable time to give a 4-year extension, like what just happened with De'Aaron Fox. So this is such an interesting situation to put the Heat into. Meanwhile, DeMar, his contract expires the same time as Hero's, so I don't understand the big whoop here. It's not like DeMar's expiring, and Hauser's under contract for a while, and yeah, he'd be a good piece to have if you're contending, but why would you trade for Hauser and be like, yep, year in, we're rebuilding, 3 more years on his contract? Perfect move. No, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to consider. Now, Hero last year put up 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. He got a steal per game, shot 45% on corner threes, 37.5% on threes, and 47% from the field. Hero was great last year. On top of that, DeMar, still a good player. I'm not saying that DeMar's completely washed and can't play anymore. He put up 22 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, while playing in a pretty crowded offense with the Sacramento Kings, who do have a lot of mouths to feed. But also, in a day, DeMar DeRozan becomes 36 years old. And that is something to be well aware of. Because that's just like DeMar's just on the Heat for a year and Hero isn't. That doesn't make sense to me. And on top of that, yeah, Sam Hauser's great. He's a great role player to have. 8.5 points, 3 rebounds per game, shooting 41% from 3, 46% on corner threes, and 45% from the field. Sam Hauser's an excellent player, and I'm not saying he's not. He's an excellent role player. But why are you going for a role player if you're trading your best player and effectively saying, yeah, we're rebuilding in a year. Bam's going too, but we have DeRozan. It doesn't make sense to me. It's a stupid idea. It's a stupid trade. If Hero's going to be brought up in these future trade conversations, just do something that makes sense, like give him to the Bulls for Kobe White and a bunch of firsts, or something like that. It doesn't have to be the Bulls. It's just the team I'm thinking of. The Hornets work too. You put Hero next to LaMelo Ball, and you have fun with it, and that's all great. You have Trey Mann as your 6th man. You got Miles Bridges is unfortunately allowed to be in the NBA, and then you got really nothing center-wise. I guess Nurk. See there? Didn't he get traded to the Jazz? They have, no big men. And it's the Hornets. They usually do it. I guess they have Plumlee. They got him back. But you know the deal. There's a million teams you could pick out of a hat and say, yeah, we want their draft capital. Let's go trade Hero here. Or let's go trade Hero in a way that we can get this team's draft capital. Or this young player here. There's a million ways out of this. This is not the way. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video. Subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.